Hi, I'm Shik. Remember to stop, drop, breathe, pause, observe, see your choices, and make a conscious choice. If you like this series, please like and share and help this small channel grow together.
Would you let a 3 to 5-year-old run your house, drive your car, make your most important decisions? Of course not. But that's exactly what happens inside your brain right now. That's your brainchild. From the moment you're in your mom's womb, your brain is already forming neural pathways. Every external sound, emotion, frequency, stress, love, all of it is vibrating through the amniotic fluid directly into your developing brain. You arrive into the world already wired. And then it continues. Everything you see, hear, witness, feel, it gets internalized. No filter, no question, just pure absorption, layer upon layer. That's your brainchild being constructed. Now, the philosopher Descartes told the world, I think, therefore I am. And that one statement shifted the entire world view. Anything below the head doesn't count. We became brain only. By the way, if you're finding this knowledge useful, please share this out with somebody that you love and subscribe to this small channel. It really does help me out. Anyways, coming back to Descartes, here's my knowing, and it's important to note, this is not a universal doctrine. This is what I know to be true. We are not our brains. We are not our thoughts. We are divine, sovereign souls. Our divine, sovereign soul exists in our sacred home, our heart. And we know that the heart is the biggest brain. It holds frequency. It's how we connect to everything. So it's not brain or heart, it's collaboration. But the collaboration starts here in the heart. And that's where everything changes. But we're saving that for the weeks ahead. For now, just realize this. Your brainchild exists. It's been built since before you were born, and it's been running your life on autopilot. And next week, we go deeper into how it's currently running the show. Thanks for joining me.
Remember to stop, drop, and breathe.
Okay, so let me ask you something. How many times today have you reacted to something without even thinking about it? Someone says something and you snap back. You're scrolling and suddenly you're in a rabbit hole you didn't even mean to go down. You're in a conversation and the same argument happens again. Same words, same feelings, same ending. Well, welcome to your brainchild. Now, I know that sounds weird, and we have been talking about this for the past week or so, so let me explain. When you were a kid, you developed survival strategies. Your brain learned patterns. It learned what kept you safe and got your attention, what protected you, from what hurt. And those patterns, they got locked in. They became automatic. And here's the thing, your brainchild isn't bad. It wasn't trying to mess you up. It was trying to keep you alive. But here's where it gets a little tricky. You're not a kid anymore. Your brainchild is still operating like you are. So you're on autopilot, same loops, same reactions, same rabbit holes. And the wildest part? You're not even aware it's happening. Your brainchild is making your decisions for you. It's choosing your habits. It's steering your relationships. It's going and doing all of this very quietly, automatically, often completely against what your deeper self would actually choose to do. Think about it for just a second. Just think about it for a second. How many of your choices today were actually yours? If this is resonating with you, please like this video and subscribe to this channel. It would really help me spread the message to those that can really use this message today. So now here's what I want you to understand. That pattern, that reaction, that thing you keep doing isn't random. It's learned. Almost become a habit, actually. It has a reason. It's protecting something. And the moment you get curious about it, everything shifts. Curiosity is what interrupts autopilot. Not judgment, not shame. Just honest, gentle curiosity. What is this reaction trying to protect? What was it useful for back then? Because here's the truth. You're not your brainchild. You're not that reaction. You're the one who can pause. You're the one who can choose. You're the one who can lead instead of being led. Now, that's where small pauses, big shifts. Every single time you notice you're on autopilot, every time you catch yourself in a familiar loop, you're waking up. You're taking the wheel back. So this week, I want you to notice, simply notice. Don't fix anything yet. Don't judge yourself. Just get curious. Where is this brainchild running the show? What autopilot are you on? Share this with someone you love, someone who might need to hear this, because you know what? We're all running on some version of autopilot, and we're all capable of waking up. Next week, we go deeper into this. We're going to talk about how to actually come home to yourself, from dropping from the mental noise and landing in your heart center. That's where the real power is. See you next week.
Remember to stop, drop, and breathe.
Welcome back. I'm Nigh, and today we're going deeper. Before I go any further, I want to say this clearly. What I'm about to share is my knowing. It's not scientifically backed. It's not a peer-reviewed study. It's what has been revealed to me through my inner work, my own journey, my experience, particularly over the past 5 years. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. That's all I ask. Most of your reactions aren't actually choices. They're patterns, learned, running before you even realize it. That's autopilot. Now, you remember stop, drop, and roll? What we learned as kids for fire drills, do you remember that? What I'm suggesting here is stop, drop, breathe is the version of life's fires. It interrupts the pattern just long enough for you to step in, right? Today, I want to answer the real question underneath all of that. Where did those patterns come from? And more importantly, how do you start shifting them in real time? That's what we're doing today. Let me start with a question. What is the very first thing that develops in a human embryo? It's the heart, not the brain. The heart beats first. Now, science is starting to ask bigger questions about the heart, and that's fine. But from my knowing, this isn't new. People have felt this to be true for a very, very long time. The heart has always known. Science is just beginning to catch up. Truly, the heart was never secondary. The heart is frequentially connected to everything. It's not just a pump. It's not just an organ. From the very beginning of your existence, your heart was leading. And here's the piece that really shifted things for me. Feeling is thinking. Just let that land for a moment. Feeling is always thinking. We've been taught to distrust our feelings, to logic our way through everything, to live from the neck up, so to speak. But what if your heart has been knowing things all along and you've just been too busy in your head, your brainchild, to hear it? It's too noisy. It's too noisy. It's loud. It's obnoxious. This is where I want to introduce you to what I call the being state. Many call being state. Now, I use the word neutrality in my work, but I know that word doesn't always land. So let's call it the being state. And here's what it is, my definition. It's when you are not attached to anyone or anything, not grasping at a result, not pushing, not making things happen, not forcing. It's what is. And you are here right now. This very present moment, centered in your heart space, what I call your sacred home. When you are there, in that stillness, in that bliss of the now, something remarkable truly happens. Things are revealed for you. You don't have to go searching. You don't have to go hustling your way to the answer. You don't have to force anything into existence. It comes to you because you're aligned, because you're open, because you're present. And this is where I'll touch on something that might feel edgy for some people: predestination. Stay with me. I know, stay with me. From my knowing, remember, this is my knowing, we are all soul beings, all sovereign souls. And the soul, before this life, before this body, made a choice, a contract, a decision to come in and experience this human existence at this time in this paradigm, which means you are already where you're supposed to be. You don't have to make it hard. You don't have to white knuckle your way through life. If you are still enough, I don't mean sitting in lotus position. I mean, still in your heart space. You can be walking, you can be working, you can be living your life in fullness and still be in that stillness. And from that place, you can hear it. The guidance, the divine parent, source, God, Allah, light, whatever you want to call it, whatever feels true for you. It speaks to you, guides you to the next right thing. Now, before we go into the practice of it, I want to ask you for something. If this is landing for you, if something in this is resonating, I need your help. Like this video, share it with someone you love who needs to hear this message, someone who's spinning out of control, someone who's forgotten their own heart intelligence, someone who's ready to stop running on autopilot. Because the more this message spreads, the more people we reach, the more individuals remember that they are already whole. That's when things shift. That's when we expand this collective consciousness. You're not just helping the algorithm, you're helping someone who desperately needs to remember that their heart has been intelligent all along. So if this landed, share it. Help me grow this channel. Help me touch the people who are ready. So let's come back to the method, because now you have the why behind it. Those patterns, the reactions, the autopilot, the spinning out, they live in our amygdala back here, our brainchild, the part of you that learned very early, utero, how to survive. And it is fast. It fires before you can even think. It was never the enemy. It kept you safe, but at some point you outgrow the need for it to run the show. And that's where stop, drop, breathe comes in. Stop, interrupt the pattern, just stop. The moment of interruption is everything, right? Drop. Take your awareness down from your head into your heart space, your sacred home, the place that was beating before your brain was formed. Tap, rub, pat, whatever it takes to come here. Even look down towards your heart. Your brain can't do two things at once. And breathe, an extended breath. Longer exhale than inhale. This is what begins to slow everything down, to get you out of reaction into presence. And in this space, even just for a few seconds of it, you can shift from reaction to response. And even before that, the observer, being curious. From autopilot to awareness, from the brainchild to the heart brain, you get to observe. You get to get curious. And then, only then, you get to choose. This is the empowered state. This doesn't require a retreat to go to. It doesn't require an hour of meditation. It's available to you right now, in the middle of your day, in the middle of the mess, in the middle of whatever is happening. That's the practice. And it starts with a single breath. So I want to come back to where we started. This is my knowing. This is what's come through my transformation and what I've watched shifts things for the people I work with. You're not broken. You're not behind. You are a soul being here on purpose in a body that starts with a heartbeat. And that heart, it has been intelligent from the very beginning. So the next time life pulls you into your head, into the spin, the reaction, the autopilot, remember, you have a sacred home to come back to. Stop, drop, breathe. This is agency. This is agency. Next week, we go even deeper because there is so much more to uncover here. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it. And if this landed for you today, again, please share it with someone who needs it. I'm Nigh, and this is Soul Resonance. Sending you so much love. Thank you for watching.
Remember to stop, drop, and breathe.
Hi, I'm Nigh, a Soul Resonance Guide, and over the past 4 weeks, we've walked through the Brainchild series together. You've learned to recognize that reactive part of you that's been running the show since childhood, but recognizing it isn't enough. So this week, we're bringing it all together, and I want to show you exactly what changes when you actually implement this. The stop, drop, breathe framework isn't about negating your brainchild, hiding from it, or shoving it down. It doesn't work that way. And you know it doesn't work. It just goes underground. Stop means you literally interrupt the pattern. You get the child to pause. Then you drop. And this is important. You're not just thinking about dropping. You're physically moving your focus. You can tap at your chest. You can rub your heart. You can literally look down towards your heart. You're creating a somatic anchor. You're bringing your awareness from your head, where emergency is happening, where the story is spinning, and down to your heart, And then you breathe, but not just any breath, an extended breath, a long exhale, then an inhale. And here's the magic. 2 to 3 times of this extended breath, and your entire nervous system shifts. You're literally moving from your sympathetic system, the emergency response, that fight, fright, freeze, fawn, down into your parasympathetic system, the relaxation response, the slow down. That's not spiritual bypass. That's neurology. That's your body actually calming down enough to think. And when your nervous system slows down, something remarkable happens. You can observe. You can move from being in the story to witnessing it. Instead of being entangled in the rabbit hole, the emergency, the narrative, you step back. You get the aerial view, so to speak. You're almost like that third person watching it unfold. You're not entangled. You're present, but separate. That's observation. That's curiosity. So now let me give you an example of what this actually looks like, okay? So you're standing at the kitchen sink. You're doing dishes. You're focused on the task, and a young child comes up to you, 3 to 5 years old, and starts tugging at your pant leg, tug, tug, tug. And you say, okay, hon, I'll be right with you. Just let me finish this. And the child gets louder, tug, tug, tug. Mom, dad, sister, aunt, whatever that might be for you, more insistent, right? And you turn around and again say, no, I really need to get this done. So just wait a moment. I'll be right with you. So what does the child do? The child escalates. The behavior gets more dramatic because they're seeking attention and not getting it. And then finally, you turn around and you give them your full attention. And they wrap their arms around you, around your legs, and say, I love you, and run away. It took literally 5 seconds. That's what happens with your brainchild. It escalates because it needs to be acknowledged. The moment you actually give it attention, you stop, you drop to your heart, and you breathe. You observe. It is de-escalating. It got what it needed. And that's where choice actually lives. Because here's the difference between being led and leading. When you're led, you're passive. You're reacting from that conditioned pattern every single time. That's disempowerment. But when you can stop, drop to your heart, breathe, and observe, you've created space. In that space, you have options. You can look at what's coming up with curiosity. You can go down the rabbit hole if you want to, but now you're choosing to. Big difference here. You're in an empowered position. You're gathering information, getting perspective, understanding what's there for you to learn. Or you can look at it with what's truly there for you in that moment, the real essence of what you actually feel, and you could choose something different. That's the shift from being led to leading. And before I go further, if this is resonating with you, please share this with someone you love who could use this message today. And please subscribe and hit the like button if you haven't already. This helps this channel grow and reach people who need it. And truly, I'm sharing from the heart here. I would really appreciate your love by liking and sharing this message. Okay, and subscribing, of course. Now, more over to the next 5 weeks. We are diving into what I call sacred choice. We're going to explore where you actually lost your ability to choose in the first place. And we're going to meet the voice that's been choosing for you. We're going to understand the real cost of living in that unconscious pattern. We're going to walk you through the moment where sacred choice becomes real. And we're going to show you what it actually looks like to live as the one who chooses. This isn't theory. This is lived transformation. So if you're ready to go deeper, if you're ready to move from interrupt to actual empowered choice, join me next Wednesday. Sacred choice begins then. So I'll see you there. Much love. Thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching this series. If you found this useful or you've experienced shifts from it, please share it with someone you love. Subscribe, like, and help this small channel grow heart to heart.